that you wouldn't even expect. Like I used to watch that show like yo, that really just happened. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel.
Shawty made that ass clap, she don't need no applause.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today
G-Wagon or the Rover. I put some ice on you cause you...
Alright y'all, so I got my list right here, so let's get into it. First show is Money Heist. Definitely a banger. It's about a bunch of criminals that try to rob the Royal Mint of Spain, but there's mad different stuff like into it, and I feel like I should watch it to find out what. But like the headmaster guy, like the mastermind, his name is the Professor, and the main character is Tokyo. And they're not just trying to rob it, like they're trying to print money from in there, but like how, just find out how they get out, how they get away with it, if they get away with it. Just watch it, okay? There's 3 seasons to that. I think the next season comes out April 2nd or 3rd. And the next show we have is Wentworth. There are 7 seasons, so that's definitely a good show. But it's basically like Orange is the New Black, except less storyline, more drama, and like you see a lot more action in this show than in Orange is the New Black. But it's an Australian prison, so you hear their accents and all that too. But it's definitely a good watch. One of the better things I've watched over like the last year. I think I watched this over winter break or the end of fall semester. I don't know. Next one is Shameless. I know y'all know about Shameless, but I'm gonna still tell you about it. The Gallagher family. Like, what more can you say about them? So much happens from season 1 to 9. Well, season 10 is about to come out on Netflix. Season 1 to 9 that I can't even tell you all about it right now. So like, definitely watch it. There's a lot. And there's a lot of extra characters thrown in throughout the seasons, but like they all help the storyline. But you should watch it and come back and tell me who your favorite Gallagher is. To be quite honest, I think my favorite Gallagher has to be Frank or Carl, just because they do what they want. Like Frank is a crackhead, yes, but like he's fun. And then Carl is just like, I feel like Carl's cool, so that's why I like his character. The next one is Good Girls. Good Girls is 2 seasons. I actually just watched that over winter break. I don't know how I found it. It might have been by accident, but it's about these 2 sisters and their best friends. So they're all 3 of them are kind of best friends. And basically they're tired of how they're living, so they decide to do something about it. What they do about it, I'm not gonna tell you. You have to go find it out yourself. Then we have The Fosters. If you like Pretty Little Liars, if you like Gossip Girl, if you like 90210 or One Tree Hill, this show is it for you. I definitely watched all of those shows too. They're pretty good. I like those type of shows to switch it up. But The Fosters is really about a foster family and how their lives basically change after they take a couple kids in. But there's like a lot of added drama to it that you wouldn't even expect. Like I used to watch that show like yo, that really just happened, and like definitely should watch it. And they have a spin-off if you feel like watching it after. It's called Good Trouble, but Good Trouble's on Hulu, and we're talking about Netflix right now. But if you have a Hulu, you go ahead and watch that. Our next show is Unauthorized Living. Unauthorized Living is basically like Narcos, except it's a little less like drug related and definitely not like a real story, but it's about this family who the dad is like a capo basically of their area, and he basically runs it up until something happens to him. Nemo, this is the dad, up until something happens to him, and that's when all hell breaks loose. And when all hell breaks loose, that's when the story starts getting out of control. So definitely watch it. I said definitely like 50 times already, right? I found the show by accident. Like I was really just looking for something to watch because I could not find anything. And when I found it, I was like, oh. I was like, at first, but then I started watching it. I was like, But it's in Spanish a little bit, so you might want to throw the subtitles on. I mean, I put subtitles on for every show, so there's that. Then we have Quantico. So Quantico is basically an FBI show. I like how shows. You'll figure that out eventually. It's basically like a show about these FBI trainees, but one of them is like in the midst of an issue, like a terrorist attack basically. And basically the first season is finding out how this happened, why this happened, all of that. And I think that, no, that's the second season alive. And then the first season is about their time through Quantico. So like how everything really happened, how they became agents, how they didn't become agents, or who got kicked out and why they got kicked out. But there's not interesting like activities or challenges, I should say, that they go through at Quantico. Quantico's in Virginia, I think, and they have like a whole base just dedicated to those activities. I actually just rewatched it like 2 months ago. I originally watched it while it was on ABC, like airing. Next one is 3%. 3% is like a dystopia, utopia type show. It's like Hunger Games type Insurgent. So if you like those type of shows, definitely watch this. The first season was like amazing. Basically, they have to like get picked. Let me know. They gotta get like picked for something. Let me say that. Well, they don't have to get picked, but they have to go and check to see if they're picked for something. And then something happens to the people that are picked. And then the second season is about all the people, like the 1% basically. Not the 1%, the 1%. Basically about the people that got picked. And they like live on this little island to themselves. Then we have Somewhere Between. That show, I honestly don't remember it, but I remember the storyline. So basically, throughout the entire thing, it's one season. The episodes just keep repeating until she figures out what happens. So like it's this mother, she's in a situation. So every episode, she has to do something different basically to figure out how she can stop what happened from happening. But it's really interesting, like how the things happen, and she knows that this is like a thing, but everybody else around her, like they don't know that the days are repeating, but she's the one in it, so she knows. So it's like really interesting because she has to like basically tell people to stop doing their regular stuff because she thinks something's about to happen. Like I wouldn't listen to her either. But then we have Trinkets. Trinkets is one season. That's definitely a show I found on accident and just watched it quick. It's not like the best show out there, but it's something if you need a quick watch. These three girls, they go to high school together. They don't speak at school until they meet in this anonymous group. It's like AA. I'm not going to tell you what the group is, but it's an anonymous group, and they see each other, and then they become friends, and then they do things they're not supposed to do together. So the group that they're in, they start doing that even though they're in the group, and then they have like some beef in between or whatever, something like that. Then we have Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is 5 seasons. I only watched season 1, but for me, I don't like shows that start slow. Breaking Bad starts slow. Everybody else that like has watched it, they completely love it. They rave about it, but I just couldn't get past the first season. So I'm gonna put that out there. But like, if you guys really like it, tell me and I'll maybe give it another shot. Cause well, I've got nothing else to do. So tell me if you guys like it, and then if you do, I'll watch it. Then we have Blacklist. Blacklist is another cop show. I've watched a lot of these, I'm telling you. Raymond Reddington, if you've seen him over like Twitter or something like that. Basically, he's a fugitive. He's wanted, but he knows everybody in the criminal world. Like, say he's like Beyonce of the criminal world, basically. Everybody wants to speak to him. Everybody owes him a favor, this, that, and the third. So he becomes like an FBI informant. FBI or CIA, I don't know. He becomes like an informant for them and helps them solve the cases with all his connections. But this is like in exchange for immunity. But then a lot of curveballs get thrown at you, which is like, why did he come back after 50 years? However many, like maybe like 20 years. Why did he come back after 20 years of being in hiding to come help this agency? Like mad questions. And then towards like season 6, I think, a lot of the questions get unfolded. Did I say season 6? Well, season 5 technically. Towards the end of season 5, a lot of stuff gets unfolded and you're like, oh, I didn't expect that. Then we have Greenleaf. I actually just put Jordan onto Greenleaf the other day. Jordan, if you're watching this, hello. It's a great show. It's a family drama, but it's like everybody has skeletons in their closet. Everybody. And they're a church family. So when you hear a church family with all these skeletons in their closet, I feel like you should watch it. And there's like 3 sisters, 2 brothers, the mom, the dad, and there's all the kids from the siblings. And basically one of the 3 sisters, she moved away like years ago because of a problem in the family that they will tell you later on. And after moving away, she comes back and, one's a sister-in-law, not a sister, I just realized that. But they start to realize she came back and she just unfolds everything. So like half the family's beefing with her. They're like, why'd you come back in the first place, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, I guess it was for the better, but definitely an interesting show. Like, it keeps you tuned in because it's like, why would Charity, Carissa, like, why would they do that? Like, then we have Person of Interest, 5 seasons. I haven't actually watched that show in years. I watched it while it was like on TV, but it's another thing like Blacklist, cop show, but like not a cop show. So there's 2 people, I forget how they met because like I said, I haven't watched it in years, but like they basically fight crime together because this guy has a system that tells you when a crime is gonna happen. Like, it doesn't tell you what it is, doesn't tell you who it is, or maybe it does. It does tell you who it is. It tells you one of the targets, I think, but it mostly just tells you there's a crime about to happen. So them 2, they work together to figure it out, and then eventually a person or 2 ends up joining their squad, but not really joining their squad, if you know what I'm getting at. But a great show. Then we have How to Get Away with Murder. I know you've heard of How to Get Away with Murder, so if you haven't watched it yet, why? Anyway, How to Get Away with Murder is literally just that. The freaking college students, they're grad students, sorry. They walk into their classroom for their first day of lecture, and Professor Annalise Keating, which is Viola Davis, so I know you know this show, she writes on the board the name of the class and whatever, and it's aka How to Get Away with Murder. Then she picks 5 or 6 students to basically work for her on her like legal team, and they basically help her with her cases while being in law school. A group of students get into a lot worse trouble because they're on her team, basically. And then there's Frank and Bonnie. Frank is like the henchman, and Bonnie is like the assistant that never says no. But there's a lot that happens in that show, and there's a connection between Annalise and somebody, and it's like, how did she even know this person? And then there's Nate, the cop. Great show. Then we have Scandal. It's basically about Olivia Pope, which is Terry Washington, so I know you know the show too. She's in the White House, and she basically spins stories for her clients. Like, it's not just the president, but she spins stories, she gets ahead of things, she does all that. But while doing that, she gets into a lot of scandals. And that show and How to Get Away with Murder, they have a crossover episode or episodes together. So if you keep watching, you'll see it. Then we have a little switch up now. We have The Circle. I know I said I wasn't going to give you any basic shows, but I feel like some people have yet to see The Circle. It's about a couple contestants that sit in a room and talk to the TV all day. So basically the storyline is like, basically the goal of the show is to win, to not get blocked. So you can either be yourself, you can be a catfish, you can be whoever you want on this show. And then you talk to people, so you have the TV in front of you, so it's like Siri basically, but they call it Circle. And they have group chats, they have games, they have activities, they have dance parties, they have dinners, they have a whole bunch of things, but they never get to meet each other until they get blocked. So it's basically about who has the best personality at that point. So they're on the show and they don't get to see each other, and then at the end of each episode, somebody gets blocked. So when somebody gets blocked, they're no longer in the running, but that person can go and see anybody they'd like to see. But they can say stuff about it, but most of them don't. I'll tell you right now, my favorite characters are Chris and Karen, who is really Mercedes, but I love them both. Come back and tell me who your favorite characters are, because ooh, that's a show. And honestly, the person that won, I really didn't expect them to win, but I can see why they won. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Then we have Jailbirds, which is like a documentary. It's not a documentary, but it's like a real show. It's about jail and how they live in there. It's a women's and men's prison together or something like that, I think. And then my favorite part about that is how they communicate and get contraband through the toilet from cell to cell. But definitely a good show. You see a lot of stuff that, like, Orange is the New Black and Wentworth show you prison from the TV side. Like, okay, this was written by somebody, but Jailbirds is actually prison. Then we have Girls Incarcerated. There's 2 seasons of that. It's the same thing as Jailbirds, except it's a juvenile detention facility. So think of Beyond Scared Straight, but like them actually in prison now, and they're all acting tough, they're all still the same, they all, like, you see some 12-year-olds, some 14-year-olds, like, you see all of that. But there's this one girl, I'm not gonna say her name, but her story hits different, and she you won't figure out who she is, but definitely a good watch. The whole show is like interesting, but of course there's the I run the prison, I run this, or why I can't do this, and they get taught in there and stuff like that. But it's a lot to it, so definitely watch it if you want. Then we have What If. So What If is a show I actually did not want to watch at first. Like I passed it on my Netflix like dashboard or whatever, a couple times, and I was like, nah. But one day I was just sitting there, I'm like, there's nothing for me to watch. So I went and I watched it, and I was like, oh. So basically the main character, her name's Lisa, and then Renee, who is the person. Lisa needs money for she's basically finding a cure for a disease that her sister passed away from, and obviously she needs money for the funding and the research. So now Renee is an author, she's a billionaire, she has all this money, and her and Lisa meet up, and she proposes to Lisa something that's just like, do I really want to do that? So if she doesn't do it, she doesn't get the funding, and she has her peace of mind. And if she does do it, her whole life might turn upside down. But the problem with the proposal is that there's like rules to it. So it's like, if you end up doing it, there's certain things that can't happen after you do it. And I just feel like you guys should watch it, because I skipped past it mad times, and when I actually watched it, I was like, oh, why did I do that? The Stranger, that's one season. That show is like, if you just need something quick to watch, it's basically this woman approaches this man and is basically like, yo, I know everything about your life, and starts telling him stuff he doesn't know about. Then he starts pressing the people that she started telling him about, and then it just goes downhill from there. And it's just like, why'd you lie? And then he starts finding things, and it's like, oh wait, maybe she didn't lie, and just mad stuff. Then we have Lucifer. You probably watched Lucifer. If you haven't, well, you should. It's basically like Lucifer, like, you know what Lucifer means. So he dropped from heaven because him and God were having a disagreement. And then he starts helping this detective with her cases, and then from there, just so much happens. But definitely a good show. I would suggest watching that. If you're gonna watch any of these shows, that's definitely one of the shows I would watch first, because it's really interesting. Then we have a few quick little watches, some more. We have Imposters, which basically this girl, she's a con artist, but she falls in love with her Mark, and then everything just goes downhill from there. But it's really good. I watched it just because I needed something to watch. That's what I do. But it was really good. Then we have In the Dark. This show is so basically the main characters are this blind woman and this boy from the neighborhood. His name is Tyson. And the blind woman, everybody knows her. Like, she goes into the store. Like, I think the first episode starts with her in the store, and the lady's talking to her, and she's buying like cigarettes or something. So one day Tyson is found dead by the girl, I forgot her name, by the girl, and she's blind, so nobody believes her. So she goes to the detective, and she's like, oh, Tyson's gone, my friend is gone, blah, blah, blah. I don't think she knows his last name, so it's like not a lot of help. But after, I think it's only one season. Yeah, it is only one season. So like, she spends the whole season basically trying to get people to understand that he's dead. Like, and that was her only friend. So then we have Dead to Me. Dead to Me was pretty interesting. So it starts out with this woman. She loses her husband in a hit and run. So she be sitting in the house. She don't do nothing but eat ice cream. I think she has a son, but eat ice cream and drink wine. So then one day she starts going to the support group, and she meets a friend. And this friend is another woman who, I forgot what her problem is, but they basically become friends. They start hanging out with each other. But then towards like the end of the episode, you see mad stuff being thrown at her. Like, one of these people are lying to her, this is what's happening. And it's like, why? But you find out at the end, and it's like, why would you end the season like that? Like, I don't even know when the next season is coming, and I don't have like a reminder or anything, but I know I'm gonna watch it when it comes out. But like, why would you end the season like that? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you watch my last video. It was my first video, my first vlog. And come in these comments and tell me some shows, because I ran out of stuff clearly. But let me know what you think about these shows, or give me some shows to watch.
ice on you cause you got a cold heart. I know I gotta keep my shorty on go, go, go. Drop that ass to the floor, floor, yeah. Ah, whoa. You ain't gotta deal with none of these niggas no more. If we hop in the Benz, is that okay? Is it okay if I call you my pride babe? I ain't no player, I just got a lot of bass. But let me tell you, I like you.